Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Gist with Dara. On today's episode of our Gist, Davido's father, Mr. Deji Adeleke, just gave a press statement concerning this whole Anu matter. So let's just hear what he has to say. You don't need to hear from me. You need to hear from the horse's mouth himself. Now, wow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share for more trending gist. It's your girl. Bye.
My name is Deji Adeleke. You are all welcome to our home. I'm the father of I have 5 children, 3 boys and 2 girls. David Adeleke, that you all know as Davido, is the baby of my family, is the last born. And I'm calling this press conference. This is my ever first time of addressing the press. And for just one single reason. I'm not on the social media, but I'm sure those of you in the social media will have been inundated with all kinds of talks about almost every year this thing, keeps coming up regarding one little girl called Anu Lupo that lives in Ibadan. That Kemi has continually alleged that Kemi Olu lawyer has continually alleged that David is the father of the little girl. To start with, let me put it on record that I have 14 grandchildren, and I'll tell you the story about Anulupo and what has happened since I received a letter in 2014 from a lawyer in Ibadan alleging that my son David got somebody pregnant and abandoned the person with the child. And I'll tell you what the actions that I took immediately and what. But the reason why I call this press conference is for us to address. I'm not even sure if it's legal for someone to impersonate a minor. This Kemi Olu lawyer has been after my son David for many years. Everything she says about David is always negative, trying to put him in bad light, with the public. This that I'm about to read to you is what I received from the sister to Anu's mom that lives in Abuja. I'm not going to mention her name, but she's in communication with me. When this happened, she was the first, because I'm not in the social media. She saw the thing that was supposedly written by her niece, and then she sent this to me. Say, "Good afternoon, sir. So I hope your day is going well. I just saw this on a blog post. I just wanted to clarify that the account is not run by me, Ayo, or my mom. The account is run by Kemi Olu lawyer, whom we have cut ties with years ago. I really do not know why she keeps posting these things, knowing fully well that we are no longer in communication. We have reached out to her several times to stop posting anything about Anu. I'm sorry if this embarrasses your family in any way." And immediately I saw this, I called David. I said, "David, have you seen anything in the social media?" He said a lot of things, that this woman has started again. And I've always told David to ignore this woman, because someone that her own son, her own biological son, has come out to the general public to say that it disowns her, she's no more her mom, she's crazy, she's that. So if her own son can say that about her, why should we bother about what she says about David? That was why I've always told him, please just ignore her. and move on with your life. So when I received this, and I'm on YouTube, I've seen all kinds of things people have been saying, and I just said, look, maybe this might be a good time for me, as head of my family, to say our own side of this story. Like I said, I have 14 grandchildren. So what will one more do? Is it that I will not be able to afford to do things for her, or bring her into my family? But there's science, DNA. If you say you are my granddaughter, and the science has proven that you are my granddaughter, I will gladly accept her. So let me tell you the story of how I got to know about Anu. I received it. This is the document. I received this in the mail. Through DHL to my office. This is the DHL sent to me by Bandele A. Aiku and Co. from Ibadan in 2014 by DHL. And in the package, there are pictures of a little girl and pictures of David. I mean, they put David picture, with the little girl. This was, maybe they took, I don't know where they cropped David's picture and put it. And this, the mother of the girl. So I received this in the mail 2014. And in that mail also, curiously, there was the birth certificate of the child. And what caught my attention was that in the record of the birth certificate, they said full name of father, Adeleke David. Full name of mother, Adeleke Ayotomide. How can she be Adeleke? So that caught my attention. And then also in that DHL package was this letter from the grandmother of Anu, with her telephone number. I'm going to still show everybody up close so you can see everything. And he wrote, "Dear sir, I know you and your family are in good health and your work is thriving well because the Lord has been good to you, so I do not expect otherwise. Sir, I'm a widow with 2 daughters. I lost my husband 13 years ago and have single-handedly raised both of them with the help of God, but still having been, but it has been very challenging. Early last year, my eldest daughter, Ayotomide, informed me that your son, David Adeleke, was responsible for her pregnancy. Their meeting occurred when your son came to Ibadan for a show. I sat with her as a mother to ask her about the father of the child, and she has confided in me so many times that your son is indeed the father of her child. She put to bed on November 19, 2013, and gave birth to a baby girl. So I'm not trying in any way to extort you, but to ask that your son steps up for paternity tests to confirm and take full responsibility of his daughter. I'm also not asking your son to marry her at all. Contained in this envelope are pictures of the baby and my daughter. Sir, I know you are a God-fearing man, and I plead with you for the sake of the pain that a widow goes through to raise our children, that you give me a quick and favorable response. Thank you and God bless you." Immediately I saw this letter, even before calling David, before telling David, about this, But I called this woman and I said, look, I've not spoken to my son yet, but I'm going to speak to him. But I'll suggest to you to give me your address in Ibadan. I'll send my driver to come and know where you live. But I can assure you that if this girl is my granddaughter, you have no problems with me. I'll welcome her into my family happily. She was happy. She gave me her address. I gave the address to my driver. My driver went to Ibadan the next day to know exactly where they live. And I told her that, look, the hospital that I use in Lekki here is an Indian hospital, Vedic hospital. That's where I do my checkups and everything. And that I can ask the hospital to arrange for a DNA test. So when I went to the hospital, I went there myself. The hospital told me that they don't actually do the DNA test in-house, but there's a clinic that they partner with that they will invite to take samples of both the child and the father. But these samples will be sent to South Africa for analysis. A laboratory in South Africa, because it's not done in Nigeria. I don't think they have a lab in Nigeria that can do the DNA analysis. And I said, okay. And I called her, gave her the information that anytime they are ready, I'll send my driver to pick you up from Ibadan. So on the appointed day, I sent my driver to Ibadan very early. And my driver brought the mother of the child, the grandmother, and the baby. The three of them came. And because my driver knows Vedic Hospital, they came in. They were already there before I came in with. I asked David to come here and Lati, his aide. So David, myself, and Lati went and we met them at Vedic Hospital. We went upstairs and the Indian doctor said, he will allow only David, myself, the grandma, the mother of the baby, and the child. Lati can wait. So we're all in the same room. And he told us the procedure. It was not, I've read in the social media that they were drawing blood. It was not done by blood. It was from their saliva in their mouth. So they brought the thing and swapped David's and put it in the container and sealed it. Swapped the baby's own and sealed it. And they told us that they also alleged that maybe it's not David, maybe it's my nephew called B-Red. Because B-Red's name is Adebayo. But his middle name also is David. It's Adebayo. David Adeleke. So when the auntie of the little girl called, I said, look, this is what we are going to do. You go and pick your own clinic of your choice. Come to Lagos. I'll make sure David is available. Bring the little girl. We'll go to your own clinic and do it. I said, but before we do that, I'm going to arrange for another clinic in Lekki, apart from the Vedic one we went before, so that David and that little girl will do 2 more tests. And then I'll arrange 2 clinics for my nephew, Bayo, to do 2 tests. I said, so the day you are going to come, we are going to have 4 different tests. So that was why people, you must have heard that we've done about 5 DNA tests. Actually, 3 was done by David, 2 by Bayo. So the girl came. They went. I didn't follow them. They went to the first clinic in Lekki here. From that Lekki, they went to 2 other clinics in VI for Bayo and the girl to get their swabs. And then the clinic that the girl's family arranged was in Ilukweju. So they went to Ilukweju the same day and got the did this and submitted their samples. And the clinic said they are going to send their results electronically to the mom and to David's lawyer. A copy to them, a copy to us. So when the result came, the grandmother still said the same thing, that, oh, no, he's going to give them money to bribe them to manipulate the result. How can this one not be? So at that point, I always want to have a clear conscience in anything I do. So I said, okay, I'm not a medical doctor, but I have 2 PhDs. I'm not honorary degree. I earned it. I have to. So I went to school. Let me go and read this and compare the profiles. So what I did was, my granddaughter Imade, her middle name is Aurora. This application for her US passport. If you are a child born to a US citizen, before America will give your child a passport, they require a DNA test. So this was in 2015. So when I said, look, let me even take Emade's DNA test and this little girl's own, Anu, and compare David's DNA profile, see if it's the same. Since they are alleging that something must have gone wrong. So I took the two, which I'm going to show you now, and I checked the profile exactly the same. Emade's own says 99.999% that David is the father of Emade. This one says 0.00%. The same clinic. The same clinic. So I called the auntie in Ibadan. I said, look, you're a graduate? He said, yes. I said, look, the only reason I'm talking to you is because you're a very nice person. You're young and kind at your age. Because she told me she's been paying the school fees of Anu. She's been taking care of her with her little income. I said, if you at this age, taking care of your mom, your sister, and your niece, you must have a very kind heart. And God will bless you. I said, but please, what did you study? She said she studied science. I said, since you're a scientist, please, take the 2 DNA results. You have it. Check your niece's DNA profile on the 2 different results. See if they are the same. Check David's own from the 2 different labs and see if they are the same. And I told her, I've already checked. This was in 2020. I said, I've already checked the one David did with for the US passport with Imade, and I've seen that the profile is exactly the same. So she called me back to say she has already checked. That's her. She's not asking me. She needs my help, but she's not asking me for help for the little girl as a family member. And she knows that I help a lot of people to go to school. I have a foundation called the Springtime Foundation. At any point in time, we don't make any noise about it. But at any point in time, I have about 3,000 students in universities in Nigeria that I send to school. At any point, as we speak today, I have at least 3,000 students going to school under my scholarship. So I said, okay, what do you want me to do? She said, I cannot afford to continue to pay for her. If you can help me out, I said, look, fine. How much is her school fees? She told me. I sent her way more, a little more than that because she needed to buy computer and things. I sent the money to her. Like I said, this auntie, this I've never met her before. We've been talking on the phone. I've never met her in person. But like I said, very responsible, very kind, very nice, and I was impressed, with her. Even though even till now I've not met her. So I said, look, I'll be sending you X amount of money every month for Anu's upkeep. I did not even discuss with her because I told her, I said, the day they went to Ilukweju, David called me after they left, said, Daddy, I feel sorry for that little girl. She needs to know her. Can we help the girl? I said, yes. But let them ask for it. If they don't need our help, we can't just rush to say. So when the girl came, I said, even David has told me that we can help this little girl. So after about 2 or 3 months, I called the girl's aunt in Abuja. I said, look, helping your niece is fine, but it will be better. You are a graduate and just 2 of you in your family from your mom. Why didn't your sister go to school? He said, well, she dropped out, she was pregnant. Does she still want to go to school? Because the help I can do for her that can help Anu is for her mom to make something of herself, get a degree, get a job, and take care of her child. She said, sir, if you can do that, I'll be very happy. I'll do it. I have a school, Adeleke University. If she's willing to come, I will enroll her in the school. We have a program for mature, we call them mature students, people that are already married before coming to, they do a work study program where they earn 50,000 every month from the school while they are in school. I say, I'm going to enroll her in that program. Although she'll be in the dormitory, these other ones live outside campus because they are married, but I will allow her to be in the dormitory, be in that work study program, and earn 50,000 a month for herself. This is her school record. So she came to Adeleke University. We didn't announce it to anybody. While the Olu lawyer was every year abusing us, the girl was in our school. I didn't say anything to anybody. I just told, they just ignore her. This is her school. I cannot show you her school record because it would be illegal to show you hers. But until she left, she did 100 level, she did 200 level. She had good grades. She was studying English. This is the mother of the child at Adeleke University. But I'll show you her scholarship and admission. This was her for clearance, her picture and everything. I'll show it to you from Adeleke University when she enrolled. This was from Springtime Development Foundation letter of scholarship award. This was dated This was dated 18 January 2021. Labinjo Grace Ayomide is what it wrote there. Maybe okay. They wrote Ayomide, but it's Ayotomide Grace. This her school record. You see, I'm saying this because I want that little girl to have a closure. And it's what the grandma is doing to that little girl is not fair. The girl deserves to know the dad. And it's better to eliminate all leads to prove beyond reasonable doubt that, okay, this is. While Ayo was in school at Adeleke University, she confided in Dr. Sikiru Adeleke, my cousin, who works at Adeleke University, who I asked to please take care of Ayo, and who was in charge of where Ayo did her work study. He said, you are a very quiet, nice girl. You are smart. You are doing well in school. How can you not know who you got pregnant for? She told my Dr. Sikiru Adeleke that in actual fact that there's another person that works in a bank in Ibadan, and also shared the pictures of that guy. The guy is very light skinned. He said, okay, why didn't you do a DNA test with this guy also? He said, first and foremost, did you sleep with this girl? According to Dr. Sikiru, I was not there. I said, yes. So if you did, he said it was, before the guy got married, that they were dating. It's okay. Why don't you go to the guy and do the DNA test? He said the guy said he's already married, that you should just leave him alone, that doesn't want his wife to know anything about this, that he's not going to do any DNA test with them. In fact, Sikiru offered to say, look, you can compel him to do it. You can go to court and they'll compel him to do it if he doesn't want to do it voluntarily. That was before she left Adeleke University. So the day they went in August to my sister's house, my sister brought the matter up in the presence of the grandma. He said, Ayo, did you tell Dr. Sikiru that you had somebody else that works in Ibadan? And the picture is in your phone. Open it and show it to me. And she did, in the presence of her mom. Showed it to my sister. That is true. Have you done DNA test with this person? She said no. So why are you insisting when we have done DNA test with David 3 times? We have 2 results. The other result, the third result, they said the samples were contaminated, so they discarded it. So with David, we have done 3. With Bayo, we've done 2, making 5.